Okay, we should now be live on Facebook.
Okay.
This is the July live coaching call that I do for the Powerful Men's Group. This week I have a member of the group who's joining us all the way from Peru, and his name is Carlos. He is a new member of ours. You'll have to bear with him today because his English isn't the best. But hopefully we can do some good coaching. So Carlos, can you let everyone know a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Okay. As you say, I come from Peru. I live in a town in North Peru called Huaraz. When I all my life we live with my brothers in the mountains. I all the time travel to. I climbed the mountains with my brother, but at the same time, I always want to seek information about self-improvement because in my life I have some questions in my head, and I wanted to fix some issues that I have personally in my person, and for that reason I wanted to know more about how I can improve myself. Yeah. Any question?
So what would you like coaching on today?
Yeah, I want to coach about my anxiety when I have to achieve some goals, because when I think that I want to achieve one goal, I have these ideas in my head that I don't know if I have the ability to achieve those goals, or I have the right information, and that makes me think if I can do it. And in that moment, I have anxiety, and I stop to do the things because the anxiety is really strong, and for that reason I can concentrate myself in the work that I am doing. Mm-hmm.
So can you give me an example of a goal that you want to achieve that you feel is causing you anxiety?
Yeah, for example, now I am working in email marketing, or so in marketing online. Yeah, but the thing is that most information of marketing online, you have to see that information, and I don't know if this is the right information, or I don't know if I have the ability to do it, and and um, and one thing more, that I want to achieve this goal in a no long time, because I want to travel. I want to learn from more people, and I want the enough money to travel and to meet those people in the world. And in my head, always there is this anxiety that, oh my God, that goes to take too much long time, that I don't go to achieve those goals. Ne? I don't go to travel. I don't go to have the opportunity to meet those people in personality. And for that reason, I have the anxiety in that moment. No, I think, oh, maybe I have to change because that don't goes to give me what I want. Yeah, but when I seek another things, there are not another things in my environment what I can do to achieve, to meet those people, to travel, to earn money, do to meet the people that I want to meet in the world. I don't know if that makes you sense.
So what would happen if you never got a chance to travel and to go and meet the people you want to go and meet?
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's like I go to stay in only in my city, and don't meet, don't have the opportunity to grow in different aspects of my life. Yeah,
And why is that a problem
and
for you?
I know that I can buy courses, but um, I know that the best form to learn from another person is by osmosis. When you meet this person and you see he how is his behavior, how he treats another people. I don't know if you understand me, because I know that the better form to learn from another people is by osmosis. For that reason, I want to meet these people personality in person.
So what would happen if you didn't get to meet them? Why is it a problem?
Yeah, the problem is yeah, now, for example, is this anxiety that I can achieve these opportunities to travel to meet those peoples. Yeah,
No. So you have anxiety thinking you might not meet them, right? You're saying you have anxiety now because you might not meet those people. But I'm
yeah.
saying, why is it? Why
Because
is it? Why is it a bad thing? I don't understand why it's a problem, right? Why is it such a big issue? Why is it such a problem if you don't meet the people you want to meet? Why is that so important?
why is so important? Yeah, um, yeah. It's for me. For me, is because um, one, I want to travel. I want to. I don't want to stay in my city, um, and I want to live traveling. I want
Okay, so
to.
let me slow you down. Why is it so important for you to leave your city?
Okay. Mm, yeah, because in my life I want to grow in different aspects, and um, I want to have experience, to have adventure, for me, when I go old, I want to remember the best moments of my life, and uh, part of the things that I want to do to have these memories is travel, is meet great people, learn from these people, and for me it's really important because um, I want to learn from the best people.
So why can't you have adventure and create great memories in your city?
Why? Um, mhm, yeah. Let me think about it. Yeah, yeah. One thing is because I know all the things of my city. Do you know? I know the people. I know the places. I have lived those experience. I know that, but I want to know
Okay, so
more.
how many people live in your city?
One, 100, 150,000 people.
And do you know all 150,000 people in your city?
Yeah, but yeah, okay. I don't know all. I don't know all, but of course, yeah, yeah. But hmm, yeah, of course. I don't know all the people. I can know all them. Yeah.
And if you had to guess, roughly, if you had to guess, how many people do you think you know in your city?
Yeah, I don't know, 130 maybe.
Right. So let's say you know 150. That's 0.1% of the people in your city you know.
Yeah.
0.1%.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like you want to escape from where you are right now because you think adventure, fun, good memories will come from some other city, some other place. Right? And you're trying to put your happiness or this feeling of adventure outside of you, but it doesn't come from there.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know? I all the time meet. I work in my work. I meet a lot of people that travel a lot. Okay, that have that come from places like Europe, that have traveled to India, to China, and they told me things that the people here can tell me because they don't have traveled, and that makes a difference for me. You know, I can meet different kind of people from my city, but the experience that they tell me is always the same, always the same because they live here, and I know that I know that this is like I meet a people, a person from my city, and it's like meet another person that have, yeah, maybe it's another person, another kind of human being, but the experience that this person have lived is different, is close the same from the other person that I have meet in my life from this city. But when I meet another person that have traveled a lot, told me histories, adventures that he has had in his life, I think, wow, I want to do that. I want to travel to like that people, that like that person.
So you telling me that you've met 0.1% of people in your city, right? You don't know 99.9% of people in your city. You've never met them. You don't know them. And you're telling me that you think you've learned everything there is to learn from them.
Yeah, for me it's yeah. Oh. Yeah, yeah. I all the time. Yeah, in my city, I all the time meet people from my city, and they are interesting people. People that have their passions, and yeah, this is two interesting people for me. Yeah, because they teach me about their passions. I like that. I like a lot of that. But there is two people that have. Um, yeah, that yeah, yeah. It's right. I don't know all the people in my city, all the people in my city, but they yeah, yeah. I don't know. In all the time that I have met great people in my city. Great people. I like them because they have their ideas, their passions too. But of course, I don't have all the time to meet all the peoples in my city. But I am with this idea that For me, what I want in my life is travel and have adventures in other places. Yeah, that's for me. Yeah, I know that I can give me the time to meet people in my city. Yeah, yeah.
See, the point of this, Carlos, is why is it so important for you to travel? Right? And I've not really heard the answer, but I guess, because I'm going to just jump right because of time, it sounds like, and by the way, I think traveling's great. I'm not saying don't travel. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that it sounds like you think travel is going to give you this, is going to make you feel better in some way. It's going to add to your life in some way, right? That you can't get in your city. But I've seen so many people who travel, and yes, they enjoy traveling, but and you can enjoy anything, but I remember one guy who said he traveled all over around the world and then he came back to England and he said he realized that he could have that sense of adventure in England, and he realized he didn't need to travel, right? He was always chasing something, right? And we've got Arthur who's watching us. Arthur has just commented, I live in a city of 6,000. I know 200. Every day there is a new adventure. A guy from London I met went to see Eiffel Tower in France, the Louvre, etc. He suddenly realized when asked by a French tourist in London where the Natural Geographic Museum was, he realized he had not been anywhere in his own city, but he looked for them all other places. He had not seen the beauty that was already there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so true, right? It's Zan Perion tells a story that there's an old man, it's sitting outside a city, and a new guy comes into the city, and he says, "Hey, I'm new around here. What are people like in this city?" And the old man says, "Well, what are people like where you're from?" And the guy says, "Well, people are mean, they're miserable, they're closed-minded, right? Not very nice people." And the old man says, "Yeah, they're the same here too." And the guy goes, "Oh, I should have figured," and he carries on. Then another guy comes into the city and he said, "Hey, I'm new around here. What are people like in this city?" And the old man says, "Well, what are they like where you're from?" And the guy says, "Oh, people are really nice, they're really friendly, we look after each other, really wonderful people." And the old man says, "Yeah, they're the same here too."
Yeah.
And the moral of that story is wherever you go, you're there. Right? And so I'm not saying don't travel. I think travel can be so much fun and it's so enjoyable. I love traveling. And yet, like, I used to go traveling all the time, and recently I've traveled less. And I'm okay with that because I know traveling doesn't make me happy. Traveling doesn't make me feel anything. Right? And I can have moments of pure beauty and joy sitting in the park next to my flat as I can traveling somewhere halfway around the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, yeah, that's right. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It's. Yeah,
See,
maybe
when you see this, Carlos, right? And if you really see this, this is when your anxiety will disappear. You have anxiety because you think, if I travel, then I'm going to feel better, right? And if I don't travel, then I'm not going to feel so good. And my life is passing me by. You're placing all your happiness onto travel. And that's what's making you feel anxiety, right? It's not whether you travel or you don't, right? There can be someone else in your city who never travels and can have the most interesting, adventurous, fun life, right? And you can go and travel all around the world and have a boring, shitty life, right? And I know that's subjective, but I'm just kind of making the point that travel's got nothing to do with it, right? That's where the anxiety is coming from, because you're pinning your hopes, dreams, desires on this travel thing, and you've probably read all these things online where someone's gone, hey, I'm an online marketer, look at me, I'm traveling, and they're sitting next to a swimming pool, and it looks like they're having the most amazing life, right? And guess what? It's marketing, right? It's designed to make it look like this, and we're sold this by marketers all the time. Drive this car, right? Because if you drive this car, you'll feel so good, you'll have a beautiful girl on your arm, right? Buy this aftershave, because if you do, every woman will fawn over you, and if you have beautiful women all over you, then you'll feel happy, right? It's a lie.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's just a great point. Yeah, but in my case, I don't want thinking, okay, I go to have money on to bring a woman in my life. But yeah, when I think about make money, is for me is like make freedom. In my case, yeah, because if I make money, I have the options to do what I want when I want. Yeah. For example, in my case, if I have money, I can travel to, for example, to Romania to meet San Perion, or meet Hans Comín, and have the more opportunities in my life to learn from people that are in places where I want to be in each part of my life, in happiness, wealth, health, and um, love relationships, because those peoples are scared. There are not too much. I think. No, maybe I am wrong. And
well, Arthur's made a good point on Facebook. He said, you are talking with a powerful and knowledgeable man right now. Thank you, Arthur. He says, and you have not left your city, Carlos, maybe not even your own room, right? And it's so true. You've joined, you know what, you go back 20 years, and I would agree, maybe it would have been more difficult, but it wouldn't have been impossible. And now with the internet, there's no excuse. You can go online and for free watch hours and hours and hours and hours of video by Zan Perion, right? You can see interviews with Hans Comín. You can connect with him for free, right, in his group, or for a low fee you can do their courses online, right? So what you're pointing to doesn't make sense. And when you talk about osmosis, yeah, I think there is something to be said for meeting people in real life. I agree. But it's not the only thing, right? I have a coach. My coach is Steve Chandler. I think he's one of the best coaches in the world. I really mean that. Better than anyone else, right? And whilst I have met him in real life, 99% of my coaching has been over Skype. And that man has impacted my life incredibly. Similarly with another mentor of mine, Dr. Keith Blevins, right? I had sessions with him. I have met him in real life, but most of the time I've spent with him has been on Skype. I have not left my bedroom to be profoundly impacted by that man. Right? And what I see in you so clearly is, like you say, well, I'm not bothered about money, I'm not bothered about women, right? But you have the same misunderstanding, which is travel will improve my life, it will enhance my life. Something outside me will enhance my life and make me feel better, make me feel enough, make me feel happier. And what will happen is, even if you make the money and you go traveling, you'll go traveling for several years. Yes, you'll meet people. Yes, you'll learn things. Yes, you can do various things, right? But it won't change you on the inside. That's got to come inside out. You've got to realize that from the inside out, right? And you know, there's so many stories of people who went traveling all around the world, went over to India, and they came back and they realized, well, wherever I went, I was there. So if you're insecure in Peru, you're going to be insecure in England and Romania and anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
And if you're selfish, you'll be selfish wherever you go. And if you know, there are all these things. Now, look, I'm not going to say it has no impact, right? I know a lot of people have gone traveling and it's been impactful for them. But if you pin all your hopes and dreams and desires on that is the only way I'm going to grow, you're really closing your mind to so many other opportunities. Like really so many opportunities to you.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You ask for a lot of book recommendations in the group, and again, I get a sense that you're trying to grab, right? Like, let me try and grab this knowledge. Let me try and grab something that's going to make me feel enough or make me better, and you're chasing, right?
Yeah.
But your problem isn't knowledge, it's not anything else. Your issue that I can see is a misunderstanding. You have a misunderstanding about how your mind works. And so you're chasing this good feeling through travel and through knowledge of people. This is why even with personal development, people can turn that into an addiction. I need personal development. I need coaching. I mean, I coach for a living. I do this full time. And I tell people, nobody needs a coach. You don't need a coach. Yes, coaches can be really helpful, but nobody needs one. It's just like a trainer in the gym. I have a personal trainer. It's very helpful to me, but no one needs a personal trainer.
Mm.
So can I ask you a question? Have you read The Little Book of Clarity by Jamie Smart?
No, in the moment, no. I don't read this because I have I have 3 books for this month. I want to finish those books and then begin with the other 3.
I would suggest a couple of things, and it's up to you whether you do this or not, Carlos, right?
Okay.
I would suggest a couple of things. Firstly, only read one book at a time, right? I think it's really powerful to read one book at a time. I used to read 2 or 3 books at a time, and I've realized how it's just much more effective, and I get more from reading one book at a time. The other thing I would suggest to you is, in addition to reading one book at a time, is rather than, and I see you, has anyone read this? Has anyone read this? Has anyone read this? You'll end up with so much information, right? It's going to make your head explode, right? And you're better off going deep with one subject, right? Now, you don't need to do this, and I am biased, but a lot of people in the group that I run have gone in deep in their understanding of something called the 3 principles. Some people call it the inside-out nature of life, right? And I believe that if you deeply start to understand that, a lot of other things will become unnecessary, and you'll get over your anxiety, right? And who knows, when you get over your anxiety, you might have new ideas about how to make money, and you may be more likely to go traveling, but you won't see traveling as the thing that's going to, fix your life or suddenly make you feel better or enough.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you willing to buy that book and read it?
Yeah. I go to buy the book. Clarity.
And once you've bought the book, will you come back into the group and let us know how you've got on?
Okay. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah. Go to change. So. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Is this helpful for you? I know you seem to be contemplating quite a lot.
Yeah. That makes me. yeah, that makes me think about how I am living my life or looking my life, what I am doing, and what can I change. Yeah? Uh, when I go out of my home, how I have to see each day of my life, each day like an adventure in my own house, hometown. Yeah, I go to live here, to live here more with the people of from my city too, and um, how can I say? Yeah, I go to yeah yeah. Uh, I go to understand that my life depends from how I live today, how I go to live tomorrow, or traveling or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
Great. Are we complete for now?
Okay, okay, perfect. Thanks, Ankush. That's great.
And thank you for joining us. And if anyone who's in the group wants to get coached by me next month, then then do
Okay.
check it out. Do contact me. And finally, Carlos, Arthur just said, when you have time, seeing this video will make you a double or triple effect of it, guaranteed. I think what he's saying is go back and watch the replay. I know other people that I've coached have gone back and listened again to the coaching, and it's been very helpful for them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank Ankush. I go to see again this video. Yeah, and okay, yeah. If I have any questions, I go to write you too. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Yeah, you too.